Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick and I have to say, last chapter of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair threw me for a loop. Damn, that was some kind of chapter, and I'm worried what would happen if more people would start to remember who they were at school. Are they also going to go off on the deep end, or is this something else? Well, I'm curious for chapter 4 now, so let's begin. And as he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the Funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Yeah, because if this is in the middle of the theme park on that island, where are all the other rides in this picture? Not to mention, how didn't we see this thing from the outside on the island itself? Yeah, I know there are trees surrounding it, but still, it hovers above those trees. Why didn't we say it or see it when we entered the island, or even looked at the island? Well, looking at the island from across the ocean is probably not that useful in this game, but when we entered the island, why didn't we see this one? Or did we? Actually, I don't remember if we saw it. And I'm too bored to actually look it up. Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture.
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Yeah, this is not the best thing to do. What doesn't make sense? Well, there are multiple things that don't make sense. For example, if you're on the first floor, why are the trees down here? If it should be on the other end, why is there a empty void back here?
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it.
Oh.
But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see. And is that it?
Not really. Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo. Well, actually two things, which means there are other contradictions contained in it. For example, first floor is still pretty high. What doesn't make sense in this picture? Yeah, first floor is pretty high up. You see that? Trees on the first floor? Top of the trees actually looking over. Well, it could be if you're standing on a cliff. But I don't see a cliff. Well, could. Still could be, but oh well.
Here! You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right?
Yes.
If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggests it was taken from higher up.
Huh.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
Really? Although I would like to know which eye are you referring to as the cursed eye? Is it his left eye? Or is it his right eye? On the black side? Or on the white side? Which one is his cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me.
Actually not really. Because you saw also what else is still in that room. You can probably tell us if there were items there that were actually used. Although we have the suspicion that it came from there, but you can confirm it.
If you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Condescending much, dude! Condescending!
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
And that is? Oh, is he talking about that one time? Why hello there, Hajime. Nagito? Why are you here? Because I showed up. You showed up? How did you even come here? Maybe I teleported.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
Right.
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
Third floor?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
And the best room to actually make sure people don't investigate that too much. Because they would like to stay away from Monokuma and his ego.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint to figuring out the mystery behind the Funhouse structure? Yeah, it pretty much is. The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor. Using the photo he took. I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Logic dive. Oh man, yeah, those are becoming a pain in this chapter. Really. And that's one lucky thing that I... Oh, how did jumping again worked? Let me see. Controls. X is accelerate. Triangle is jump. Brake is circle. Okay, cross accelerate. Circle, brake, jump. Triangle. Okay. And L move. Yeah, I at least made sure that I can jump higher. Because one of these has particularly nasty jumps, and these things also appear so quickly that it's just not fun anymore. Do Strawberry House and Grape House both exist? They exist. Yeah. They both exist. Otherwise we would have been sleeping in nothing. Oh man, I hate how these things come out of nowhere all of a sudden. Please. This has worse pop-in than a PlayStation 1 game. Or early 90s 3D games. Are Strawberry House and the same house or two different buildings? Actually, they are the same building. Yeah, please don't. Please do not make me it this hard. I hate those obstacles. Also, seriously, who would think to make a loop over there? Although it would be fun to see if I can make it. How are Strawberry House positioned over? Not horizontally, vertically. They are on top of each other. One is above the other. Jeez. Well, this one wasn't a difficult one just yet. Except that, knowing that you can bump into them, you take your time. But you have some jumps. Oh, those jumps can be killing. I had many unnecessary deaths or unnecessary failures, game overs, because of those jumps. Even I got timed out on this logic dive because of those jumps. You can time out on that. I did not know you could time out on that because you failed a jump. A singular jump. Well, you fail it multiple times, but
It's
okay.
all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the Funhouse.
Then let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all.
Actually, you do. You see it through the trees down below. Or at least that's Grape Tower then.
So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Yep,
Same
floor four.
building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different three-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
That's true.
If you think about
That's
it like
correct.
that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Strawberry House. Where is Strawberry House located? Well, above Grape House. Because he came from the first floor to the third floor of the Grape House. So that means Strawberry House is actually the fourth, the fifth and the sixth floor of the building. So
Let's
above.
see. On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the fourth floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
Since when did she start to use slang like that? That's so weird. She's starting to behave differently as well. Ugh. I don't like that.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them.
That does not mean they are not in the same building, because you don't know what's outside of the, well, rectangular structure for a room.
And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to
There was
conceal
something else
the
that
unique
also
design of the Funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
And that's also why he crashed a Monokuma head through the floor of Strawberry Tower. In order that we wouldn't see the structure of the building leaving.
You've just been Kuma'd! Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Just been Kuma'd. Is that a reference? A 2000 reference? Or well, the early mid 2000s. What was that program again called? It was on the channel. 3 letters. Used to play MTV music channel and TV. Yeah, with Ashton Kutcher. Punk'd was the name. Was that? Is that a reference to that?
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
Seriously? You didn't know? Then did Monokuma actually build the building himself? I thought you made that building with the Monomi structure in the tower, or the Monomi face in the towers.
That's right! Those 2 houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building. Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Well, it's an elevator. You can't actually see the ceiling now in both towers, because it's lit from down below and just lit enough to have a 1 floor high view. The rest is pretty much in the dark up there. So, lift, elevator, move the 1 floor up and down.
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
She isn't.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Then maybe start already. Huh. I kind of forgot.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
Was it the wire?
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundham!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
A dummy of Nekomaru's body existed. Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? No. No, he would also have to prepare...
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
One
It's
of the
this one.
bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No? I am not making any sense. If you got some... Wasn't it that?
Damn it!
I thought it was that. His dummy is wrong, though. But it wasn't...
I'm gonna solve this
This
mystery in a
was Pillar
flash!
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up! Just pick one of them!
Ha.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent!
Okay.
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake
How do we
body?
contradict
Shut up!
the dummy?
Just pick one of them!
It doesn't seem like anything would, from the statements I can gather, to use as a true bullet. But, oh wait, is it the chain? It's a chain, isn't it?
I'm gonna solve
Oh,
this mystery
I've
in
got
a
it
flash.
selected.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No, not!
Damn it!
I think it's the dummy though.
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body.
Okay, I'm just reaching now. And I feel so uneasy.
Damn it!
Hi.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash!
I completely
Hurry
forgot
up,
what the answer
dumbass.
was to this one. And
One
I
of the
know it
bodies
was...
in one of the towers. I'm
Is
gonna
it
solve this
this one
mystery in
again?
a flash!
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy!
No, that's wrong!
Didn't we use that one already?
Nekomaru's
we?
body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Wait, what?
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when I disassembled the body all moved too.
right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Ouch!
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's
Ow.
alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken. I see. That is disappointing.
I'm
Ow!
even more disappointed.
Ow! 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 That must hurt. That must hurt Kazuichi a lot. He is so in love with her and he treats him like he's a nuisance.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Because
Maybe
it's
it
one
was
floor.
simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
No, the floor
You can't
moved.
think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
A device like that? A device that transports things to different floors in the same building. It's an elevator. I've got one in my apartment building right across my door. It's not that difficult a solution. That's something I could been pointing out for the really long, ever since we figured out the Funhouse and during the first thing. That kind of also tripped me up why I was, well, during the dummy session or Kazuichi's dummy thing, because that tripped me up really well, because I knew, hey, it was an elevator. How can I tell them that it is an elevator? Which answer tells me that? And which answer would contradict my... but the answer was just a strange feeling. Right. I feel like I've seen that before. Everyone has. Alright, let's do this. Oh no, not Hangman's Gambit. Okay, I know the answer, it was an elevator, but you'd never get it. How did I kill? Oh no. Okay. Catch, release, explode ladder. Oh, and triangle is ladder explosion sent to keyword. Oh, the triangle and cross. That one I... And again, this is why I... Triangle sent to... You go away. Go away. I don't need you. I need an L, and of course, during Hangman's Gambit you don't get those. Because they don't want to give it to you. And now I need an E again, and I am flooded by L's. There's my E, there's my E. And now I need the V. And I need the A. Oh, that was a lucky. Ow. Ow. No. A. No, I needed the O. And... God darn it. Okay, the R, and I'm done. I really dislike Hangman's Gambit, how difficult they made this thing. It's completely bonkers.
You must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Okay, I have to say this. I keep repeating it each chapter, I think. But how they changed Hangman's Gambit in this... I know the Hangman's Gambit in the previous game was really easy, because you had partially ladders and you only had to figure out which ladders need to go to where. So they made it more difficult. They took away all the ladders. They also added an unnecessary difficulty where ladders are randomly popping up and you have to wait for every freaking ladder a long time before they actually pop up, and then when you actually need the other ladders, they go away, and the longer you take, the faster the ladders are going and the more chaotic it becomes. And that's just such a bad game now. I really dislike this version of Hangman's Gambit. Seriously, I had hoped they would... I hope in the third game they make it better. Or they leave it out entirely.
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower,
tower?
itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Pretty much.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
The door does not have to be necessarily connected to the room. Yeah, you don't see it in these graphics, but it might be indented a little bit. So the walls, the door itself doesn't move. It just has a hole there, a square hole, that goes up and down and overlaying on the door. Or the walls themselves don't move, they are just white and only the floor moves. The door is not connected to the elevator cage. That's what I'm trying to say.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
Which we actually found on the floor of Grape Tower. Or actually Nagito found that on the floor of Grape Tower.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
The things that didn't change when we moved between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them, not even the fact that they all moved with the elevator. The one thing these all have in common. They were all heavy! The oil is not really heavy. Nekomaru is. They were all huge. Well, the little fragments aren't. The pillars are not Nekomaru's part, but they were all on the floor. Like I said, floor. Door is not part of the elevator cage.
I see. Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change? And?
They are all
why did the picture
touching
on
the
the
floor.
far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
Only the floor moves. There's something unique about that elevator. You can only enter one side at a time. Only the floor moves. This is something that I thought, okay, what is unique? Because in the previous statement I already emphasized that they were touching the floor. So I would say, okay, floor is not the thing anymore that is here. So that tripped me up the last time, but they are just repeating the same question and the same answer, but just rephrased it. Only the floor moves. And that trips up.
The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then where do the different floors lead?
Probably outside. Or at least
I
Grape
want to
Tower
say
1
they lead
leads outside.
but they're probably just for show. Just for show? Why was something like that necessary? So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Did you hear that, Monomi?
Now Monokuma says that Monomi did design the building. What's going on with her?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Monomi, really?
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
What?
There's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
By the way, what does the
What
chain
was
on the
that?
far back door in Grape Tower mean?
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Like you said, I could probably use these parts to repair that button, but seriously, hold on. Even if you do repair the button, what's going to happen to the chain on the other side of the door? Chain? The door that leads to Strawberry Hall has a chain wrapped around the doorknob. Even if you fix the button on the Strawberry Hall side, the door won't open as long as that chain is there. You don't need to worry about that at all. Huh?
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the Funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been
notes
a
to the
major
murder weapon.
inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on.
Knowledge.
You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
And that is?
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundham, please proceed.
You said
Ouch.
earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter. Well, we originally know that the elevator, well, in our first estimate, we thought the elevator didn't even move vertically. We thought it moved horizontally, from one room to the other, going left to right. So now it moves vertically, but does it still have to be exclusively vertically?
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator.
Yeah.
And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator.
Yes.
Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
Yeah, that the elevator rotates, travels around the building. I agree. What does this mean? No, I don't agree. If the two houses are connected vertically, the position of the tower should be the same in both houses. That's assuming the elevator only travels vertically. But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator in Grape House, the tower was on my right. Oh, please don't try to repeat this again. And when my back was facing the elevator in Strawberry House, the tower was on my left. How can I break through this contradiction? Well, the Kazuichi's account. This one.
If the two houses are connected vertically,
The elevator should...
At least, let me check first. Kazuichi's account was the one that said it... Apparently the compass needle spun 180 degrees while it was inside the contact elevator. Yeah.
Move.
Yeah.
vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
What's
No.
with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Reason is not contradicting, so Gundham and Sonia have matching arguments. It sounds like it makes sense, but it doesn't. Is that really correct? No, it
the two
doesn't.
houses are connected vertically.
This is something you can...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
There it
No,
goes.
that's wrong.
That one I got from the previous time as well. Pretty
The
early
elevator
on.
wasn't just moving vertically. Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that.
Yes?
Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
Pretty much.
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
Yeah, pretty much.
An elevator that rotates while it moves. Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Guess where you're at, dude.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.